Let's go, it's the Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. So the story for Portal 2, from what I understand, because I did not finish Portal 1 because I did not like it all too much, is that it basically continues from Portal 1. And a lot of the, same, well, there's not that many characters from the first one, but everybody who was in the first one returns in this one, but we also have some new characters like, sorry if I'm saying it wrong, I'm pretty sure it's Wheatley, or am I saying it right, wrong, I don't know. If I'm saying it wrong, my bad. I had the subtitles on, I took them off, I had them on, so I don't know his fucking name. Point is, little robot that talks in a British accent is a new character, as far as I can tell, and he is hysterical. He is probably one of my favorite additions to the game. Actually, without him, I don't think the story is that funny. I mean, there's funny parts, but he is the funniest. And overall, Portal 2 just feels like a much... First of all, the story is told a lot better. It actually has a story this time. 2, it's actually funny this time. I know some people found the first one funny. I found it dumb. This one actually makes me laugh. I'm literally sitting here laughing at a game. That doesn't happen too much, but it happens in Portal 2. I do get some really good laughs, and the voice acting is phenomenal. Really is phenomenal. There's some games out there that I give credit for the voice acting. This game deserves a star for the absolute amazing voice acting in this game. The story really isn't bad in any way. I would say the ending kind of feels but everything else, absolutely amazing. Voice acting, characters, and the twist in the middle is the funniest and best twist in the entire world.
Okay, don't move. Okay, alright, so I've got an idea, but it is bloody dangerous. Here we go. Ah! Oh, for God's sake, they told me that if I ever turned this flashlight on, I would die. They told me that about everything. I mean, I don't even know why they bothered giving me this stuff if they didn't want me to use it. It's pointless. Man.
The graphics, for the most part, are pretty good. The physics are definitely kick-ass, and, the whole going through portals looks cool and going out another way. That all looks great. The really only negative thing I have to talk about in the graphics is the environments sometimes repeat. They don't so much as repeat as they kind of look similar, and that's because a lot of the rooms that you go through are going to be testing areas. However, like the first game, there's also areas outside the testing, so that's cool to see all these different environments put into basically what was just kind of a side game. And for the first one, this is the full-on game. You get all different environments on top of the testing rooms. So overall, I enjoyed the graphics, unique design. Portal 2 definitely has its own type of graphics that no one really can copy. Gameplay-wise, it stays very similar to the first one, but adds a few cool new additions that make it better. First off, in this game, like I said, you're not always in the testing areas, so the environments right away make the game feel different. You're basically not always solving puzzles. Sometimes you're doing a little platforming, sometimes you're doing a little walking, sometimes you're doing a little adventure. But overall, the puzzles are the main focus in the game in the end. But it's cool to get the different environments and definitely give you a different feel instead of just going through test room through test room. Talking about the test room through test room, the puzzles definitely feel like they stepped up in this game. Portal 1 had some really interesting ones, but mostly pretty easy, in my opinion. I never really got stuck on any. In Portal 2, a few of them made me, sit back and be like, what the fuck do I do? What the fuck do I do? I said that many times. As I was sitting here, I would literally say out loud, what the fuck do I do? And my roommate would be like, all you have to do is this. No, actually, she never told me anything. But the point is that this game actually made me wonder what to do on that puzzle. And that's something Portal 1 never offered me, or it never gave me. It never gave me any trouble. That is the big difference in Portal 2. So let's talk about the gameplay now. What makes Portal so different than every other game? Well, first of all, it's a puzzle game and not just a shooter. Now you have a gun in your hand. You're going to use that gun to make portals. Basically, you make two different portals to come from one side out to the other. This will solve some of the basic puzzles in the beginning. But as the game goes on, you have puzzles that will add in having to use basically a cube box. You'll have to redirect lasers in certain directions to open doors. Then you have this blue gel. I think it's called Gloobler or something like that. You know, I'm not the biggest, the names for items in games just seem to not connect with me, so I'm probably wrong how I'm saying it, but the point is, I'm just going to call it blue jumping gel. That's what I'm calling it. And the blue jumping gel will actually solve you a lot of puzzles. Sometimes you have to make portals within the blue jumping gel and make it spit out on another end, and you can jump over there, so on. So the puzzles, well, I never found them too difficult. They do make me question, damn, what the fuck do I do? But in the end, what I really liked about the puzzles is that they're all logical. Like, they're all like, after you do them, you're like, oh, that makes sense, or this was right. There's really no puzzle that makes you be like, who the fuck could figure this out without a guide? There's not a puzzle in this game that really made me ever feel like that, except that elevator one. I mean, really? But besides that, all the other ones really made me think, wow, this is a good puzzle. This made me think. Enjoyable. You also got co-op in this game, and that's a brand new feature. I am positive it's a brand new feature. Because I'm not sure, I haven't finished Portal 1, but co-op is definitely a brand new feature in Portal 2. You can play with your friend. You have to use each other to basically open portals. Wow, that sounded like a porno for a second. You'll use each other to get through rooms, environments, and so on. So it's really cool, and it works really well. It's a whole different campaign. You're not going to go through the same puzzles as in the single player. So overall, basically, a campaign provides you with a long single player, and then you got a co-op that's almost just as long. So overall, you get plenty of gameplay in this game, and it's all pretty fun. I have almost no negatives. Like I said, that's that one puzzle I got stuck on, but the rest are very logical, very, wow, this makes sense. And overall, the gameplay has very little problems when it's a puzzle game. Portal 2 is actually a very enjoyable game. I think it's far better than the first one. It's far more fun, far more involving. It makes you want to learn learn about these characters, want to know what they do. Characters are funny in this game. They make you laugh. The environments are different and enjoyable to actually explore. The puzzles are fun. The co-op is a great addition. Overall, Portal 2 is a complete package for a great game. The negatives are very small. Like I said, some of the environments feel like they're repeating too much. I will say some of the puzzles, they make you be like, what the fuck do I do? And you kind of just give up for a while. So if you're not a puzzle guy or girl, I wouldn't suggest playing this game for very long. But if you enjoy puzzles and you enjoy Portal 1, then I suggest you try Portal 2. You'll probably love it. I did. The few negatives that bring it down are very minor, but overall Portal 2 is probably one of the better games to come out this year.